Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. The unexamined life is not worth living. To find yourself, think for yourself. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when you are in, continue firm and constant. Every action has its pleasures and its price. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Be as you wish to seem. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. Know thyself. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Let him who would move the world first move himself. Do not do to others what angers you if done to you by others. The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our separate ways, I to die and you to live. Which of these two is better only God knows. We cannot live better than in seeking to become better. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. The greatest blessing granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Those who are hardest to love need it the most. Understanding a question is half an answer. In all of us, even in good men, there is a lawless wild beast nature which peers out in sleep. Life contains but two tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire, the other is to get it. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. The hottest love has the coldest end. If all our misfortunes were laid in one common heap whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be content to take their own and depart. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. Thou shouldst eat to live, not live to eat. The really important thing is not to live, but to live well, and to live well meant, along with more enjoyable things in life, to live according to your principles. I know that I am intelligent, because I know that I know nothing. One should never do wrong in return, nor mistreat any man, no matter how one has been mistreated by him. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. I pray thee, O God, that I may be beautiful within. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Living well and beautifully and justly are all one thing. Is it true, is it kind, or is it necessary? Intelligent individuals learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences. The stupid already have all the answers. Children nowadays are tyrants. They contradict their parents, gobble their food, and tyrannize their teachers. The only thing I know is that I know nothing, and I am no quite sure that I know that. Be of good cheer about death, and know this of a truth, that no evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. Think not those faithful who praise all thy words and actions, but those who kindly reprove thy faults. It is better to change an opinion than to persist in a wrong one. All men's souls are immortal, but the souls of the righteous are immortal and divine. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. The misuse of language induces evil in the soul. There is no solution, seek it lovingly. Through your rags, I see your vanity. There is no greater evil one can suffer than to hate reasonable discourse. My plainness of speech makes them hate me, and what is their hatred but a proof that I am speaking the truth? He is not only idle who does nothing, but he is idle who might be better employed. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. Be true to thine own self. May the inward and outward man be as one. Remember that there is nothing stable in human affairs, therefore avoid undue elation in prosperity or undue depression in adversity. Wealth does not bring goodness, but goodness brings wealth and every other blessing, both to the individual and to the state. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. How can you wonder your travels do you no good when you carry yourself around with you? Programming is not about what you know. The really important thing is not life, but to live well. The answer I gave myself and the oracle was that it was to my advantage to be as I am. A life without criticism and status is not a worth living. The poets are only the interpreters of the gods. Get not your friends by bare compliments, but by giving them sensible tokens of your love. It is better to suffer wrong than to do wrong. He who would change the world should first change himself. The mind is the pilot of the soul. He who knows not and knows not that he knows not is an incorrigible fool. An honest man is always a child. I am convinced that I never wrong anyone intentionally. They give you the semblance of success, I give you the reality. If I save my insight, I don't attend to weakness of eyesight. When the debate is over, slander becomes the tool of the loser. Justice, if only we knew what it was. Virtue is not given by money, but that from virtue comes money and every other good of man, public as well as private. Anyone who's really fighting for justice must live as a private citizen and not as a public figure if he's going to survive even a short time. Time is endless when it is purposeful. Man must rise above the earth to the top of the atmosphere and beyond, for only thus will he fully understand the world in which he lives. It's better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum. Do it because it's in your heart, not because you want something in return. In fact, we receive the greatest benefits through frenzy. If you want to be wrong, then follow the masses. Those who do wrong unintentionally are in need of instruction, not punishment. The triumph of my art is in thoroughly examining whether the thought which the mind of the young man brings forth is a false idol or a noble true birth. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. Fame is the perfume of heroic deeds. Knowledge will make you be free.